policy, law, education, opportunity, well-being, social justice, community, voice, identity, culture, history, ending discrimination, ending discrimination. It's deeper than hair. It's deeper. It's deeper. It's deeper than hair. It's deeper.
Shameka?
And just like that, we grew some more. I love amplifying this, especially the new partners that we have that have come on board within this last season, right? Coming into mid-year, going over a chaotic pandemic, but we came out with strong partners in New York like Emerge that through it all was still informing the community around opportunities to still learn around what it means to have advocacy and be an advocate leader in your community. And people like Total Grace that jumped into leadership through the Yolanda for South Carolina, and our new partner with Nextgene Organics. I am so happy to have this partner amplify. We met at the Essence Festival last year, and she has broke the record for taking on 2 states at once. Our partner, Mary Lee, is incredible, lifting up Georgia and Arkansas and amplifying. She has links about the Crown campaign on her website, so please check her out. That's a Black woman-owned business and product hair care line, and she is really amplifying how to create change through supporting the Crown campaign in partnership.
Thank you. And if you see on the top row, we're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, the Crown Connect. See your state here. So we are welcoming you to partner here and imagine and envision yourself right here supporting the Crown campaign and advocacy, education efforts, and policy change. So we welcome you. And so these are some exciting village highlights that we mentioned we were going to share with you. This is our Crown campaign community leader, LaShawn Hill, right here, who is that one person that I mentioned where she contacted the Crown campaign and said, I want to make a difference in Alabama within my city of Birmingham. And she started as one person mobilizing her community, reaching out to city council, and just really just taking up the mantle. She is a natural hairstylist by profession. And when she reached out to us, we said, you're the Crown campaign community leader. And she just took charge of it. And within a matter of weeks, if you see what she's holding a resolution for the Crown campaign for the city of Birmingham. And she is the first person to produce a resolution for the state of Alabama, and also the first to start her own chapter of Crown campaign. So we're incredibly proud of her. She has produced these masks, as you can see, to help support the efforts in Alabama. And we're very, very excited about her efforts. She's standing with her granddaughter in this efforts, and it shows how this is really an intergenerational effort in terms of the Crown campaign. She has also partnered with a lawyer as well as other team members for the city council in moving this forward. And so it really shows the power of one in serving as a catalyst, and then she partnered with others in city council within her city to bring this to fruition. And so just imagine yourself also in these shoes. You can make a difference just starting as one person and then mobilizing the community. And Shemeka will highlight Texas.
Absolutely. So Texas, we had the opportunity to meet Randy Woolley last year when she was advocating on behalf of her grandson because he was expelled from school. She has been leading this charge, sitting in on school board meetings, creating rallies, to protest against this racial and gender discrimination found in the school grooming policy. Through that, she started this initiative called I Stand with Tink and really pushed forth this mobilizing for change. It's been really hard for her. She was unable to have employment during all of this transition too, so it had a lot of economic hits as a result of her fighting this injustice on behalf of her grandson, which also have cases of institutional bullying to strip her of her services, to try to criminalize her advocacy. There was a lot of amplification of this through a letter of condemnation that we wrote to Tatum Independent School District, condemning their acts against Tink and Michael, who's another. There was another young man there in the same school district that was identified here, and I want to amplify Miss Randy as being a leader just by passion. You know, she was making signs, using her own money to go to these protests with, has been struggling, still trying to hold this banner up, and it's taken a toll on her as well as Tink. So I amplify her as a community leader in Texas because she's made herself available to hear from other people that are being victimized and having to walk through this experience without the camera being on, you know, and she has a great story around that and amplifying what this journey's been like with criminal charges on her back because of her advocacy. So I am so proud of what has happened in Tatum since then. Is now this past summer they changed their dress code. So this is a victory that has been won on this long journey. Right now, Texas does not have the Crown Act introduced, so this is a community that needs all the support and good energy we can get to amplify stories like Randy Woolley and Tink, and amplifying opportunities to connect with her if you're interested in creating change in Texas.
Thank you, Shemeka. And I'll also highlight that with Miss Randy Woodley, it's in addition to what Shemeka has said as far as this being a very trying time, she has never previously had a record. And as a result of this advocacy for hair discrimination against her grandson, she now has a record and has to report weekly. And so when one looks at these discrimination and injustices and how this is taking a toll psychosocially in terms of employment and other things, this just because she wanted to fight against these injustices, they have now put the system against her by putting this as a negative charge on her record. And so really think and imagine yourself in these shoes on how this is deeply impacting well-being of many, including Miss Randy. And it takes a toll as far as the finances that Shemeka has lifted up as well. And so when one is fighting these injustices, it's not free. It's not free from a financial standpoint. It's not free from a trauma standpoint. Her family has gone through primary trauma as well as secondary trauma, trying to navigate these experiences. And then just the toll that it takes on one's health. And so the cost is very dear financially, from a health perspective, employment-wise, school-wise. She had to move her grandson to another school district. So there are many, many implications. And Shemeka will highlight the awesome work in North Carolina.
Yes, really excited about North Carolina being my home state and being able to mobilize and advocate with and alongside individuals, community leaders, organizations, and coalitions around Crown Act for North Carolina. We've been able to partner with organizations like the North Carolina Black Women's Roundtable and North Carolina Women United to both have protections in their legislative agendas around the Crown Act for North Carolina being included in the legislative agendas. So we're really excited about that. That we wanted to have this to make sure that people know what this means to have this protection, especially because North Carolina is a hire and fire at will state. So when you look at workplace discrimination and being able to prove it, we need to create language that is strong enough to create an opportunity for people to manifest fighting and having some teeth, as our New Jersey ACLU partner mentioned, that these laws have to have teeth. So working at how we presented at the Black Communities Conference and hosted educational events throughout the community, and we're doing that in October with North Carolina Crown Act for NC Town Hall. So we're amplifying the opportunity of what the Crown Act could do as those that are running for office, giving them a platform to amplify how they see equity in amplifying support for the Crown Act and other ways of their policies and issues are being lifted up with an equity lens through this town hall coming up in October.
Thank you. Thank you. And including, in addition to the town halls coming up in October, there will be many other events happening in North Carolina. And so we encourage you to follow that at Crown Campaign through our social media on Twitter, Facebook, as well as Instagram. And so we highlighted briefly our Crown Campaign partner in Colorado. And Curls on the Block has been amazing. The CEO and founder, Annalise Harris, has just been an awesome partner as far as the Crown Campaign. And she has, through her efforts, really was part of the community that supported the Crown Act Colorado. And so we are very excited to partner with Curls on the Block in moving our initiative forward. We have a featured press release of her efforts, which was truly a grassroots effort to support the Crown Act in Colorado. And her initiatives show the connection between STEM and STEAM, if you will, science, technology, engineering, arts, and math, and how that connects with girls building their self-esteem and also showing connection and pride in their hair. And so she's doing amazing work. She's also a professor as well. And so we're really excited to partner with her on a number of initiatives. These photos that you see here was actually on the day of the passing of the Crown Act in Colorado. And we see wonderful members of the Colorado Village who are just smiling and very happy that this has passed. And we're hoping for the same in many other states where this is yet to happen.
I want to amplify too with that is the Curly Girls pageant that she has to really amplify empowerment of young girls that are participating in the Miss Curly Girl pageant that happens in Colorado. So just want to shout that out too, that they actually had some of the pageant queens there on the day of the signing with the governor.
Thank you so much. And that reminds me, we actually have an upcoming panel with Curls on the Block on October 16th, I believe. Curls on the Block is hosting a panel to discuss hair discrimination laws, policy, education, advocacy efforts. And this will be shared with the representative, Senate Representative Leslie Herod, as well as IB Black Girls. So we're very excited about that. We encourage you to follow the efforts of Pearls on the Block also on social media to find out about their future events as well.